Right, the United States, in fact, the globe finds itself nearly on fire with so many different calamities going on. To help make sense of the world, the trends, the economies, I have with me Gerald Celente. Gerald, thank you so much for joining me.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate so much for what you do, the guests you have on, and what you bring to the people that's very hard to find anywhere else.
Yeah. So for those that maybe don't know you, I know so many. You're one of my channel favorites. Gerald is the founder of the Trends Journal. For decades, he has been letting people know based on the data what is coming down the pike. And so I want to just jump right into a couple of big questions for you. I read that Saudi Arabia, Armaco especially, isn't planning to increase oil production. And the United States, year over year, hasn't increased our oil production. Are we going to see higher gas prices at the pump as we get closer to election day? Or is the Biden administration going to manipulate this? Do they even care at this point? What's happening with oil and gas?
There are a number of factors that's going to affect the prices. So why the prices? Why were they low? Because the global economy is slowing down. A place called Germany, only the fourth largest economy in the world. Oh, they're in recession. France is just on the border of it. Look what's going on in China. They're having a disaster there. You see what's going on with the equity markets and, on and on. They overbuilt the place when it was a boom. If you go back to 1970 to before they brought into the World Trade Organization in 2001, their GDP was like this. Then it shot straight up. So when you have that boom, you always overbuild. So it's overbuilt before. Then their 3 years of COVID policy made a bad situation very worse. Then you got Japan, and you look at their numbers coming out. The economy is going way down, retail sales going down, consumer spending going way down. So it goes back to oil. These are the countries that import most of it. So that brings down prices. So then where are they going to go? Look at one of our top trends for 2023. Middle East meltdown. We warned this was going to happen a year ago, and now it's melted down. So what's the news? Well, the news is America, let's see. Here's one. This is from CNBC on Thursday, February 8th. Oil prices rise for a fourth day after U.S. kills militant commander in Iraq. Got it? You're not, a militant. Anybody that America kills is a militant. But anybody that the people trying to throw America out of Iraq, out of Syria, they're militants. How about America's the militant because you're over there? But that's the language they use, and that's propaganda. And that's what people swallow, and that's what we do differently in the Trends Journal. We write what they say, and then we give you our trends analysis and trend forecasts. And think for yourself. This is what we see. This is what they're saying. This is where it's going. And this is what you might want to do. So going back to oil. Should the United States and Israel or Israel attack Iran, you're going to see Brent crude, which is at this time on February 8th, was trading around $82 a barrel. You're going to see it spike to over $130 a barrel. And that's going to crash the global economy and the equity markets. It's right on the brink of doing that. And it's not reported at all. Nothing. Instead, propaganda. Oil prices rise for a fourth day.
So when Senator Lindsey Graham and Representative Dan Crenshaw, when they say we should bomb the hell out of Iran, are they thinking what happens the next day when the stock market melts down, when the world goes into panic, when the price of oil shoots through the roof, or do they not take any of that into consideration?
Look at the cover of your Trends Journal this week. How can you be so stupid to listen to these arrogant, moronic little politicians? How gutless and stupid can people be? Look at that little piece of crap, Lindsey Graham. A little boy of nothing. A little warmongering freak that couldn't fight his way out of a paper bag. Hey, Lindsey, did you come out of the closet yet lately? Look at these little warmongering freaks. Not a war that they didn't love. Why do you ask a murderer, a psychopath, or a narcissistic freak why they're like that? That's who they are. In a country near you. Sunak over there in the UK. How about putting an F and a C in it? A little boy of nothing, Olaf Scholz over there in Germany. A little Katzon Macron with his fake hair and his little pecker like this, all right? One after another telling you what to do. They're maniacs.
You worry, you've brought up this article about the price of oil 4 days in a row. I go to Yahoo Finance and I see, it seems every day, the Dow Jones, S&P 500 hitting all new highs. Everything in the economy is great. If you own assets, you are richer than rich. Are we on the verge of another 1929, or are we just lucky and the stock market continues to rise?
No, the market's going to crash and the banks go bust. And again, look at the bank, look at how few of the stocks are driving up the equity markets. The numbers are all there. And now we have to put it into perspective. It's a crime organization, as I see it. According to Oxfam, 1% out of 8 billion people, 1% own 43% of all the financial assets in the world. You got the 1% running it. Let's go back to the United States. 1%, 54% of the equity markets. You put the 10% in, it's to over 90%. So you got a small gang running the show.
All right, final question. I appreciate you coming on. I read that of all the G7 nations, the United States is the strongest and the country heading in the right direction. Is this true data, or is this because of government spending and government expansion that it's perceived to be the best of the seven?
Yeah, it is the best of the seven, but the best of crap. Well, you got $34.1 trillion worth of debt. And you keep spending all this money sending armaments all over the hundreds of billions of dollars, $1 trillion to the military industrial complex. Going deep, they're artificially propping up the markets, everything that they can do. The average person is suffering. Again, go to Thursday's Wall Street Journal, go to Thursday's New York Times. 2 days, it just hit me about how the average American doesn't feel that the times are good. They go to the store, oh, inflation's gone down. Wait a minute. Here. Go back to 1973. When you put in inflation, the average price of a car was $22,000 when you put inflation in. It was like only a couple of thousand back then. But you put inflation in today, it's worth 20,000, 22,000. What's the average price of a car now in America? Almost 50,000. Oh, but inflation's gone down. Price of a home. The average price of a home in America is almost $400,000. Your median household income, meaning two people working, 74,500. How are you going to afford a house? Again, you go to Thursday's New York Times, go to Thursday's Wall Street Journal, and you see all the people that, matter of fact, on Wednesday's Wall Street Journal, all the people that can't afford rent that are being thrown out. The rich own everything. Again, when I was a young man, there were hardware stores, grocery stores, stationery stores, drug stores. Now there are grocery chains, hardware chains, stationary chains, drug chains. They own everything. Again, all the stores are gone. The bigs own everything. So yeah, America's doing better than these other countries, but crap is crap. And it's going to come down when the banks bust. That's when the people, by the way, realize really how bad it is. No, inflation hasn't come down. The numbers are still high. Yeah, it's not going up as fast as it was, but most everything is still way up there. Got it? In the real life. Oh, your auto insurance, your car insurance, your car insurance, your home insurance, medical care, everything has gone way up. Has it gone down? So the reality hits when it hits Wall Street, it hits Main Street. Main Street wakes up when Wall Street goes down. Main Street woke up when the 1929 market crash. Mainstream woke up with the panic of 08. Mainstream is going to wake up when the markets crash. Again, they don't know anything. Again, they know nothing. And again, Taylor Swift is the news. And that's all they know about. So they become, the reality hits them a lot harder. And then when that reality also hits them, it brings down retail sales across the board. And you're going to start seeing the big drags back down there.
Okay.
And by the way, almost 70% of America's GDP is on consumer spending. Only 11% is in manufacturing.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, I don't want my people to know nothing. So I want them to get the Trends Journal. I want them to be informed. I want them to be educated. If people want to get educated through the Trends Journal, if they use my code Gardner, do they still get 10% off?
Absolutely. They get 10% off. So every day I get the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal. $5 a day for the Wall Street Journal. Today I got nothing from the front section and only 2 trend-worthy articles worth hardly anything from the second section. The New York Times, $4 a day. On the weekends, by the way, both of these go up to $6. I didn't get one article at all from the whole front section of the New York Times that was trend-worthy. So the Trends Journal costs you the grand total of almost a little over $2.50 a week, a lousy cup of coffee. And this week is what, up over 170 pages? And you can listen to it. And you read what you want. It's a magazine. So from AI to technocracy to high-tech science to geopolitics to economics, we cover the world. Health, fitness, all, and again, the motto of the Trends Journal is think for yourself. We tell you what in the world is going on, what's next, and what you might want to do. But we give you our trends analysis, so we're not giving you propaganda. We're saying this is the way we see what they said. And this is what we see where it's going. And I'm going to tell you, one of our top trends this year is gold's going to go golden. They're going to lower interest rates. The lower interest rates go, the deeper the dollar falls. The only reason gold prices are still high is because the dollar is still very strong compared to a lot of other currencies. So when the dollar goes down, gold is dollar-based. It's cheaper for other countries to buy gold. And by the way, in your Trends Journal, we have an article about how in China, where the people see the economy going way down, it's golden times. They're buying up like crazy. So the lower interest rates go, the deeper the dollar falls, the higher gold prices go. Now let's go to the other side. The worse the geopolitical crisis occurs, the more gold is looked at as a safe haven asset. And I'm saying this not because we have advertisers that are gold companies. We have no advertisers in the Trends Journal, 0. So nobody tells us what to do or what to say. But we're saying this so we try to help people see where the future is going and what we see with Bitcoin and on and on and on. And again, the data is all there. And do we get it right all the time? Of course not. We're human beings. But we'll put our track record up against anybody in the world.
Yeah, I just since I've known you, you guys have been right about so many different things on the market, oil prices, gold. I've been shocked, and as I go through it, like I read this week's with your face on the cover. As I read through everything, I was just thinking, oh my gosh, this is such in-depth analysis of what's going on around the globe with our politicians. It was just so insightful. It's why I keep having you on. It's such good information that people can rely on. So thank you and your team for putting that all together, and I'll make sure to leave a link down below. Well, it's been good. It's been good having you on again. I think this is the fifth or sixth time. We just absolutely love it. But thank you, Gerald. Should they go check out trendsjournal.com, or where's the best place that I can point people towards?
Trendsjournal.com. And then
Okay.
you have the link, you tell them the link, and they hit the link and they get 10% off.
Okay. I'll make sure to leave that down below. Thank you very much. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
And thank you. And thank you again for all that you do. The people you have on and what you're doing, we need more of that. And this is what we're doing is journalism. What you're doing is journalism. Can you imagine the mainstream media doing what you're doing? No way. No way, no how. And
Wow.
again, if as we're talking on a Thursday, if you go back to Thursday, rather, there was not one article on the whole front page of CNN about what's going on in Israel, only about Trump.
Yeah.
Not one article. Oh, Taylor Swift, of course. How could I forget?
Hasn't CNN's readership collapsed by 90%?
It was way down. And again, the Wall Street Journal just fired 20 people from, and they're bringing it's going way down. And the person that's running it now, they brought her over from the UK. She said, we're putting in there what people want. I want the Wall Street Journal for data. I need data. I'm not getting data anymore. I'm getting stupid crap.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Well, not when you come on this show. I bring on great guests like you. So thank you for coming on, supporting a little channel like mine. And again, I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, and you too.